Hello, welcome to another edition of the No Chop Bears podcast. I'm your host, Stel, and this is going to be a tactical analysis of Omonia's 3-0 victory over Ayad. Now, let's be 100% honest. It wasn't an easy game. It was very, very tricky. Ayad had a few half chances, but defensively, we were solid. Defensively, we were organized. We hit them on the counter attack, and we got 3 goals, which we deserved. And I'm going to go into each goal and each incident that played a huge part in our victory. Enjoy. Right, so let's go into Omonia's first attack. And I'm going to remind you of what I was saying in the previous recording about Ayal's ball watching, about how the fullbacks like to get forward. And it's obvious that this is a plan that we knew all about. Thomas Huberchan gets the ball in the opening 30 seconds and he pumps it over the top. Now, Ernest Asante, who we know is blessed with pace, he's absolutely rapid, gets in behind the fullback. Or is he a central defender? Because right now, when you look at Ayal's shape, you have 2 central defenders here. Where the fullback is, I don't know. Now, Ernest Asante has got the ball, or he's about to get onto the ball. At the top of your screen, you have Duris. Now notice that your right back is chasing shadows. He wants to get in behind here. Now Duris can either make his run in behind the central defender, or he can hold his run and wait for Ernest Asante to lay the ball over to him. Ball's played through to Asante, and he's laid it through to Duris. Now at this moment in time, you still have 4 defenders in and around the area, around here, okay? Now, the first thing I've noticed straight away is this central defender right here. He's facing this way. In fact, he's looking this way because he's anticipating Ernest Asante's run. The problem that I'll have right now is that this defender needs to catch up to Duris because he will. He's quick. He's very quick. However, this guy here is in a predicament. Does he go with Asante or does he go with the ball? Let's see what he does. Give and go. Now, this defender has decided to go with Asante because the central defender has gone with Duris, even though the fullback has caught up with him. Now, we know that the ball from Duris has to be perfect. It has to be weighted in a correct way. But I'm not too sure he gets the connection he wants on the ball because, as you can see, it's kind of behind Asante. So by the time the ball falls to Asante on his right foot, which is his favoured foot, your defender has got back in time. Realistically, Asante can only really hit the ball first time. But because the ball isn't quick enough, it isn't heavy enough pass to get to him, it's kind of delayed. And it kind of doesn't go the way that we want it to go, really. Hits it straight at the defender. Defender makes a great challenge. 15 minutes in, lovely give and go between Lesiaks and Johnny's. Now, Johnny's is brought down, but he's got the tenacity to get up and keep the ball. Now, as you'll see right now, the defensive line is there. That's a good defensive line. They've got no problems there. But Asante is free. You got Duris in the box, and you got Bolthiak. Now, right here, Vitor Gomez is calling for the ball, but Johnny's has only got one thing in mind. He wants to go for goal. Now, I don't know whether that's inexperience or just enthusiasm, but personally, I'd have laid it off to Asante. Now, I know Asante is well marked here, but the opportunity to get the ball in the box or do something with the ball is perfect. Johnny's takes the ball, one touch, and he's lining himself up to shoot. His body shape is there to shoot. He's got 2 men blocking him and a 3rd man awaiting the pass to Asante. Now, again, he's got options. He's got options. He's got one option there. He's got Gomez there. Or he can whip it in the box to Bolthiak, who's got his hands up. Johnny's decides to shoot. It's a poor shot. It's a weak shot. Bolthiak is calling for the ball already. He's saying, why didn't you play the ball to me? Johnny's is saying to him, well, where were you? Where was your run? I'd have expected possibly Bolthiak to move more central. Because as you can see, originally, Johnny's has the ball. He's looking up. He's looking for his options. Bolthiak is calling for the ball. But perhaps he could have made an arching run in front of the central defender. You know, Duris is holding the man off them. He's well marked. In fact, he's doing very well to keep the central defender away from this area. So this is a perfect area. I mean, obviously, it's not a massive area of the pitch where you could pop the ball in. But again, if Bolthiak makes that run, possibly it's a better option for Johnny's. A minute later, and we have a free kick in a very dangerous position. Now, going back to what I said before about Ayel's defensive shape. Notice on the previous videos, I suggested that AEL will most likely go with a zonal marking system, which is what they've got right here. They haven't gone man for man. In fact, they've only got one man here marking, which is Mikel Duris. At this moment in time, Omonoia have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th man waiting to make a run into the box. So when we look at this area of the pitch, or area of the penalty box, it's fully well covered. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defenders there. So as I said, that zone of the penalty box is perfectly marshalled. Your goalkeeper has got his back stick covered, and also the near post, well, there's a bit of a gap, but effectively you're waiting for Bolthiak to whip the ball into the box, or into this area right here. Now, if he's brave, or if he's braver, should I say, he can try and whip it into that top corner, but it's a bit of a stretch. Now, as you can see, Eric whips the ball into the box, and everyone, defensively, is looking at the ball. They're not looking at their men, but they're not looking at this man on the back stick who's making this run. Now, the goalkeeper has already decided to come out to punch the ball, or try to collect the ball. Now, if the ball is hit with more purpose or more accuracy, you have your man on the back stick who could try and head it into the back of the net. But what you'll see in a moment is overcooked. Now, on to AEL's first attack, and Baba Fodi wins the ball very well off Vitor Gomez. As you can see, the referee is watching the ball. He points in a moment to say, here he goes, won the ball. Baba Fodi breaks through. Now, right at this moment in time, he's got effectively 2 options. He could play it wide right, or he could play it to Danilo. But because he's effectively using the space that he has in the centre of the park, he's going to be making a direct run this way. Notice that Huberchan is watching the man. He's not watching the ball, he's watching the man. You have Lufner anticipating the pass, but he knows that he's got his centre forward there, that Maya is going to be making that run there. Now, keep your eye on Huberchan. Constantly watching the man. Constantly watching the man. He knows where the ball's going to be played, because this is the only area of the pitch where the ball can be played. Now, one thing you need to consider right now is Danilo. Danilo is predominantly right-footed. So when he's shooting for goal, more often than not, he's going to be using his right foot. Huberchan knows this. Huberchan's body position is fantastic. Ball's played to Danilo, controls it with his right, and he's always using his right foot. He's always looking to lay the ball onto his right foot. Now, this is something that you really need to consider, because this is Huberchan's experience. Look at his body shape. Look at Thomas Huberchan's body shape. What he's doing here, he's cutting off this area. He's saying to Danilo, okay, well, I want you to go this way because I know you're no good with your left foot. So his body shape right here, he's blocking off the opportunity for Danilo to come in on his right foot. However, as you can see, quick feint, and Danilo finally has the opportunity to shoot. Now, Huberchan is still all right here. Gusulos is getting ready to block the ball. We have Lang here, Lufner, sorry, right here, and we've got Lang blocking Maier. So if the ball does eventually come out, if the goalkeeper does save it and parries it out to Maier, Lang has the opportunity to cut off this area of the pitch. Danilo gets his shot. It's deflected, actually. It's actually a good block by Huberchan, which makes the save easy for Fabiano. AEL's next attack comes from a set piece. Now, the first thing I've noticed, a man on the back stick. This is something that I love to see. It's just one of those things of mine. A lot of goalkeepers these days don't like to have defenders on the stick, but we've got a man right here. And in fact, we've actually even got, I think we've got Duris here as well. We've got Duris possibly protecting this stick, which is absolutely fantastic. The other thing you'll notice is this zonal marking area that we have. Okay, we have 4 defenders across the 6-yard box. We have Huberchan marking Maier, and we also have Gusulos right here. So we're pretty safe in this area. If the ball breaks out, we have Bolthiak and Asante ready for the counter-attack. Now this is deliberate. This is deliberate because why wouldn't you have 2 of your quickest players on the edge of the penalty area if the ball breaks out when the opportunity is there to counter-attack? You're not going to have slow players there. So again, this is what I'm talking about, tactical awareness. Ball's crossed. And right now, we have Teixeira ready to head the ball. In fact, he's the only one that makes a connection. But notice, we still have a man on the stick. Granted, people will say, well, he's playing Andonil onside. But at the end of the day, if the ball is cleared, the man on the stick is going to break out. Teixeira heads the ball. It's blocked by Lesiaks. Now, right now, we still have the man on the stick ready to pounce if the ball falls to Andonil. Maya is still well marked. So, defensively, we're pretty sound. Lesiaks doesn't really control it well. But, fortunately, Maya, his back is to goal. So, the only thing he can realistically do is spin on the ball and shoot. We have Lesiaks blocking the ball. We still have the man on the line. Fabiano has this area of the goal covered. So if the ball is shot up here or in the centre or bottom corner, goalkeeper can still get to it. We have a man in this area blocking anything. So again, tactically sound. Now, Maya tries to get the shot in, but right now we have 3 bodies in front of the ball. 3 bodies. So when the ball does break to this man here, if he tries to shoot, well, he's got a crowd of players to try and get through. The goalkeeper, a little bit off his line, but I wouldn't expect him to try and chip the ball over the goalkeeper. In fact, it would be nigh on impossible to do that. So effectively, the only thing he can do is drill the ball. Again, Teixeira shoots, blocked by Hubachan. Blocked by Hubachan. He's the first man who's in front of the ball. So if the ball somehow gets through Hubachan, there's still 3 men on the edge of the 6-yard box to block the ball. Man is still on the line. Goalkeeper still has things covered. Again, tactically sound. Ball falls out to Danilo, who shoots. And would you believe it? The man on the line, Johnny's, had come off the line and blocked the ball. Let's watch that again. Danilo goes to shoot. Straight away, he's off the line, ready to block it. This is absolutely incredible because Danilo could shoot and it might take a deflection and end up at Maya's path. It might even end up at Andonil, who's right here. But again, Johnny's breaks out and blocks the ball. Danilo shoots. You see Johnny's one block there. Ball falls out to Andonil. And what happens? Johnny's is there to block the ball again. Absolutely fantastic. Our next attack comes from a ball over the top. What did I tell you in the previous video? What have I told you at the beginning of this video? Defensively, they're not sound. Their fullbacks like to get forward. So right now, you got Rasso and Teixeira are the only men back. Giriago is somewhere down here. So, in all fairness, look at this area of the pitch. I don't know where Medojevic is. I don't know where Babafodi is. I don't know where Sito Riera is. I don't have a clue. But all that matters is the ball has been played over the top, which is what we kind of expected to happen because of the gaps that they leave in behind. Now look how high their defenders are. Look how high up the pitch they are. It's absolutely ridiculous. We know Duris isn't blessed with pace. We know this. But as I've told you on several occasions, he is a nuisance. The defender is too busy looking at the ball, waiting for where the ball is. Duris knows this is where he wants to make that run. We have Asante here ready to make his own run in behind the defenders. There is a gaping hole between Teixeira and Giriago. A gaping hole. This is an area where you kind of expect Asante to exploit. Duris gets in behind. Great first touch, to be fair. And now he's got an option. He can either dink it over the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's already making that run out of the box. His area is pretty empty. I'm kind of expecting Ernest to make a run here because right now, here you have Rasso. He's too busy looking at the ball. Too busy looking at the ball. Giriago, well, he's got a lot of ground to cover. A lot of ground to cover. Duris does get his shot off. Goalkeeper is pretty well positioned, but I know Mikel will tell you that he knows he should have done better. Should have done better. Now, could Ernest made more of an effort to track into that area of the pitch if the ball did break loose? Possibly. But again, you're kind of expecting Duris to put that away. He could have put it in the goalkeeper's near post. He could have dinked it over him. but he's tried to put it into this corner. In fact, he's tried to bend it into the bottom corner, which, again, as a striker, you've only got a few seconds or even a second to make your decision. I'm pretty sure he envisaged where the ball was going to go when he received it. The first touch was great, but again, didn't get an accurate shot off. But these things happen. He's a top-class striker. Duris breaks through. Keeper makes the save. And as I said, Ernest knew which area of the pitch to go. I don't think he anticipated the ball ending up where it did. But kudos to him, in fact, he exploiting that area of the pitch because he knew that's where the ball possibly could have gone. Goal is empty. In fact, the ball broke into that area that Ernest was, but fortunately for the defender, he's managed to get a block on it. Now, right now, we don't have anyone in this area. I kind of half expect someone to be here, whether it be Bolthiak. Perhaps he didn't expect the goalkeeper to save it. Perhaps he expected Duris to score. Hence the reason why he didn't make that run. But again, where the ball ends up, you're looking at someone to be in this area right here. Ball eventually does break through to Bolthiak. Now, right now, IL have 3 defenders on the edge of the 6-yard box. They have a man here. Gomez is unmarked. Goalkeeper is nowhere to be found. But the thing is, because the ball breaks to Eric on his right foot, he has to switch it onto his left to get his shot across. Switches the ball to his right foot. He sees the goalkeeper is back in position and he's trying to bend it into that top corner. Unfortunately, the accuracy isn't there. Ball goes out for a goal kick. I'm going to quickly talk about defensive shape and use this example. At this moment in time, IL are breaking forward. Right now, we have 4 defenders in a line. You won't see this at other clubs in Cyprus. You won't see a defensive display like this. At this moment in time, as I said, we have our 4 defenders and our 2 holding midfielders. So we have 6 men behind the ball. 2 holding midfielders ready to protect this area of the pitch if they do break forward. We also have Johnny's on this man here, and we also have another man. So effectively we have 2, 4, 6, 8 players. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Maya gets forward a bit too easy, but we've still got 2 men blocking him off here. We have a 3rd man here, and if need be, another man here. IL only have 2 other men in the box. I'm not too concerned. Vitor Gomez has this man here. I'm pretty sure we can block him off here. Ball eventually breaks to Andonil, who shoots. It's a fantastic block there from Lang. But again, we have 4 defenders in the line here. We have our 2 holding midfielders here. And on top of that, this area is pretty well covered. If you want to look at this man on the edge of the box calling for the ball, he's pretty much well marked. Johnny's has got a man here. So again, defensively, we're sound. Absolutely sound. And this is why Omonoia are going to keep a lot of clean sheets this season. Purely because A, we're tactically sound. B, our players are intelligent enough. And C, they're physically good. This is the difference. When you have these ingredients, it's very difficult to break down a back line like this. On the hour, another IL attack. And what you'll see, 2 defenders in the box. We have 4 tracking back. Now you're probably thinking, oh, this is dangerous. Maya's on the ball. They've also got another man here. But the fact is, this area is unoccupied. Granted, we have no defenders here, but they have no strikers. As far as I'm concerned, absolutely nothing to worry about. But watch what happens next. Maya takes the ball out wide, pings it in the box. Now, we have 3 defenders here, 3 defenders here. Kyriakou is anticipating the ball to go in this area. Again, watch what happens. This is what I'm talking about, defensive shape and discipline. Kyriakou brings the ball down. It looks like a heavy touch, but he keeps it in. Now, look at this. 4 defenders across the 6-yard box, a 5th man back here, and a 6th marking Ma'e. The only man that's unmarked is Andonil. But we have Lang who can cut it out. We have Lufner here. Again, no problems whatsoever. Now, the only concern I would have is this area here. If the ball breaks out to Danilo, then we're in a bit of trouble. But, again, watch what happens. Ball is cut back, and Lufner is there to clear. Again, 4 defenders across the 6-yard box. Lesiak's here if necessary. We have Gusalos protecting this area, and Johnny's helping out if necessary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players back. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Couple minutes later, and the opening goal. The goal came from the man of the hour, the man of the moment, the man of the match, Johnny's. What I want you guys to really focus on isn't the defensive line here. I couldn't care less about Ayaz's defensive line. I want you to watch Johnny's. Watch his movements, okay? Don't look at the ball. Don't look at the players. Just watch Johnny's movement. Because right now, the defender knows that he's there. He's actually taking a little look to see where he is. But again, this defender is going to be more focused on the ball. Just watch Johnny's movement. It is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. The attention to detail, the determination, the intelligence is top notch. This is something that doesn't really get much attention as far as I'm concerned. Watch his movement, the way that his body shape is, the way that he changes direction of his movement to win the ball, to play the ball back to Lesiak and to make his run. Just keep watching, it's incredible. He runs round the defender, lays it back to Lesiak and is still in position to win the ball back. The defender is too focused on where the ball has gone. This fullback here, who I believe is Santos, again looking at the ball, he knows that the ball could end up at Johnny's. But just keep watching what Johnny's does. His movement, again, absolutely incredible. Ball's played back to Johnny's. Now, the defender's standing off him. Standing off him, he's saying, right, I want you to take the ball this way. Because this is my best side. This is my strongest side. I know that you're not predominantly left-footed, Johnny's, but if I could take you on the outside, lead you on the outside, I'm going to be too strong. Johnny's, though, wants to make his move here. He knows straight away. The ball is on his right foot, but watch how he shifts the ball over to his left-hand side. Drop of the shoulder, gone. See you later. Defender taken for a mug. Taken for an absolute mug. Now, this is key. Goes back to what I said about intelligence. Defenders are pretty solid here in terms of a back line. But Johnny's knows that if he plays the ball right, Ernest will make that move here. He knows that the right ball, and it's perfect. Drill it across the face of the 6-yard box. There's going to be someone there. Absolutely, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. This one passage of play just sums up how good this kid is. Honestly, it's incredible. Here we go. Drills across the goal, and there's Ernest. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now on to our second goal. And you can probably tell by my voice, I'm absolutely excited to talk about this one. Now, Gaguliz will get the credit for the finish because it was an absolutely beautiful finish. Vitor Gomez will get a lot of credit for his pass. But I want you guys to look at Loizu. What he does in this passage of play. Right now, he's on a man. The ball will be thrown to Loizu, but watch what he does. He will turn his back on the midfielder and block him off, which will then enable Gomez to play his ball over the top again. Just keep watching Loizu, his body shape, how he blocks the man off, which will then allow you, Vitor Gomez, to lob the ball over the top to Gaguliz. It's absolutely incredible. Brilliant, brilliant football. Lesiak throws the ball. Loizu blocks the man off. Vitor Gomez receives the ball. And Gaguliz is ready to make that run in behind that defender. It's a beautiful run. The two defenders are too busy watching the ball. The left back is watching Bolthiak. Ball's played over the top. It's an arching run. It's a perfect run. And an absolutely incredible finish to boot. Gaguliz receives it. He's still got a lot to do, mind. The ball doesn't bounce well for him. But it sits up nicely, to be fair. Defender is at sea. He's got no chance to get the ball. The goalkeeper is way off his line. And it's a tremendous finish. I mean, a lot of strikers would have probably blasted it, but he had the composure to loft it over the goalkeeper. I don't know whether he connected with his laces or whether he shinned it, but it doesn't matter. It's a fantastic, fantastic finish. Sits up nicely over the goalkeeper, back of the net, game over with 2 minutes to go. One of the themes of the preview video was Ayal's ball watching, and I know it's injury time in this game. We're 92 minutes in. The game's practically over. Omonoia have a corner kick. I guess Ayala expecting the ball to be played to Lesiak, so hold the ball up to waste a bit of time. Everyone right now is watching the ball. There's only one man who's actually anticipating a pass to Luizu, and he's getting ready to make that run. But these two defenders, they're waiting for the ball to be played to Lesiak. Sorry about that bit. It's a little bit messy, I know. Got a bit excited with the mouse. But watch what happens. No one is actually waiting for the ball to be played to Luizu apart from this man. But by the time he gets out, well, Luizu's got enough time to turn, to win the ball back, to hold on to it. And the rest is history. Corner is played to Luizu. Defender doesn't get out in time. I think it's only this man that really tries to do anything, but it's too late. It's too late. This defender, game over. He's got no chance to win the ball. And in all fairness, I think the game was done and dusted. I think Ayal's players gave up. And it's a shame because I know it's 2-0. I know it's injury time. But you're kind of expecting your players to still give it 100%. They switch off. And Luizu wins a penalty as a result. Defender does well to close him down. But again, the tenacity, the bravery, the anticipation. He knew that the defender was going to make that challenge. He knew that he was going to overcommit. Defender saying it's not a foul. It blatantly is a foul. It's a penalty. You can't complain. As you can see, Luizu wins the ball back. He's got the tenacity to get up. And he's brought down. It's a clear penalty. You cannot complain. Defender takes a couple of kicks there. Here you go. There's one kick and here we go. Doesn't win the ball. It's a penalty. Right, so that was the 3-0 analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends. And until next time, bameshila kamu.